Hello students, welcome back to the next video of English Literature Hornbill. Lesson 3rd. We are not afraid to die if we can all be together by Gordon Cook and Ellen H. I am Rajesh Kumar Singh from Divine Public School, Monapur, Gorakhpur. Open, listen, open the related lesson, paragraph 6. At dawn on January 2, the waves were gigantic. We were sailing with only a small storm jib and were still making 8 knots. As the ship rose to the top of each wave, we could see endless, enormous seas rolling towards us, and the screaming of the wind and spray was painful to the ears. To slow the boat down, we dropped the storm jib and lashed a heavy mooring rope in a loop across the stern. Then we double lashed everything, went through our life raft drill, attached lifelines, done skins and life jackets, and waited. Let's have its explanation. Before seeing the explanation, mind some words as dawn. Dawn, a very usual word, means at the time of daybreak or the time when the sun is about to rise just before half an hour. This period is called dawn. As there is a phrase, dawn to dusk, means from very early morning to till evening sunset. And other words as enormous, very big. Last word is used in different way, as using for stripping someone also. But here the lash means tie something with strips, often used on seaboards to tie the things. And stern, back side of a ship or boat. And other words, you can say done. Done means become equipped with, become ready. And other words, you can see drop down, means let them down. Jib means the pall, often white pall that is used to sail the boats by using the wind power or wind energy in the sea. That is called jib. This jib is often used to control the speed of the boat or ship in the sea. It is often white and made of canvas. Let's have its explanation. As the author and his crewmen on the ship had expected the change in the weather, change occurred, but it was from bad to more bad, that is worse. At the very early in the morning, at daybreak, that is dawn, on 2nd January, the author and the other experienced sailor countered the very big sea waves. They were as big as giant, eager to engulf their ship. That is, they were so high as giant, and they were ready to engulf or ready to make the ship sink into water. The author and his crew were sailing in that vast ocean with a small storm pearl. The pearl is a vast white strong threaded sheet that is often canvas spread across the mast to utilize wind energy to sail big boats. It is up to increased it is up to increase speed, and to slow down its speed it is kept down. The storm jib, that is the pearl, was small and only, and with this storm jib they had to face the storm. The surging sea waves were as high as the mast of the ship. The big, enormous sea waves looked endless, and they were rolling towards them. The screaming sound of the storm wind and spray of the sea water after the clash with boat was painful to the ears. The sounds were painful and frightening. To slow down the speed of their professional boat, they dropped down the storm jib and stripped a heavy mooring rope in a loop across the stern of the ship, that is boat. Mooring rope is a strong rope. Mooring rope is a strong rope used in fastening the ship or boat with the bottom of riverbed or seabed by tying an anchor. That is called mooring rope. It is a big, thick rope, strong rope, enables to clutch the ship or boat at the time of danger by using an anchor in the riverbed or in the seabed. Okay, I think the things are being clear to you. Now, stern is the back part of ship or yacht. Then they tied everything with double strip and then inspected and checked their life rafters attached with lifelines ropes. They put on their hats and oilskins, life jackets, and then waited for the impending disasters. Students, see the next paragraph 7. The first indication of impending disaster came at about 6 p.m. with an ominous silence. The wind dropped and the sky immediately grew dark. Then came a growing roar and an enormous cloud towered aft of the ship. With horror, I realized that it was not a cloud but a wave like no other I had ever seen. It appeared perfectly vertical and almost twice the height of the other waves, with a frightful breaking crest. Now, see some words as indication, that is sign, impeding the things which are going to happen next. Disaster, that is calamity. Ominous means unpleasant. Silence, silence, unpleasant silence. Silence. Dropped, here the meaning of dropped is not falling down, that is stopped. Aft of the ship, that is the back part of a ship or a boat. Vertical, that is erect. And crest, the surface of the sea. On land, the surface of the earth is called crest. Sometimes at the top of his we use crest. Okay, now let's see its explanation. As the author along with his crewmen and family was on alert and now ready to face the coming disastrous event. The first symptom of to be happened disaster came at about 6 p.m. with an unpleasant silence. The silence, very important word, and it is often welcomed by us at the working spot. But the silence had different meanings as well as conditions, as it often happens before the storm. There is silence in the environment. Before any kind of strife or struggle in a community, there is silence in the vicinity. And here was also a kind of silence. It was an unpleasant, ominous silence. The wind stopped blowing and the sky grew darker very soon. After a pause for a while, a growing roar of tempest took place. The tempest, that is the sea storm, was followed by very big clouds above the back part of the ship. The ship was now overtaken by the bulky clouds. Out of fear and frightened, the author thought that it was not a cloud but a wave like no other he had ever seen. In his thought, the cloud was a different kind of surging wave, of which he was not acquainted earlier. The cloud appeared before them completely vertical and almost double the height of the other waves, which breaks the sea crest, that is, the surface, with a frightful sound. Students, let's see the next paragraph, paragraph 8. The roar increased to a thunder as the stern moved up the face of the wave, and for a moment I thought we might ride over it. But then a tremendous explosion shook the deck. A torrent of green and white water broke over the ship. My head smashed into the wheel, and I was aware of flying overboard and sinking below the waves. I accepted my approaching death, and as I was losing consciousness, I felt quite peaceful. Here, see some words: thunder. Thunder, as you know, roaring of clouds. Thunder, roaring of clouds. In nature, when it takes place, lightning occurs. Lightning takes place first and the sound comes afterwards. You know very well in the science chapters also, by the science teachers also. Stern, the back part of the ship, and next word, tremendous, very big. Torrent, a stream of water, a stream of sea water, and smashed, that is, collided very hard and got crushed. This is smashed. In Hindi, you know, कुचल देना या कुचल जाना. And aware of means being acquainted with. Overboard of the ship. Approaching that. Accepted my approaching that means now ready to accept death. Consciousness, that is the part of mind that is awake, and when, as you know, our mind has three parts: conscious, subconscious, and unconscious. Right? He was losing consciousness, and it often happens before death. Now, let's have its explanation. The roaring of cloud and tempest increased up to thunder as the stern of the boat wave walker moved up to the counter the sea wave. For some time, the author thought that they might sail the boat over the waves, but this thought remained the thought only. A very big explosion took place due to clash of waves at the deck of the ship. A very strong sea wave of green and white water clashed over the ship. As the clash was very strong and shook the ship badly, the author's head smashed into the ship's wheel. He thought that he was flying over the ship deck and the ship was sinking under the waves. Now the author concluded that the end of his life was very near. He did not oppose. He accepted the utmost truth of one's life. He greeted his arriving death, and as he was losing his consciousness, that is, his conscious mind was sinking in to unconscious, the author felt peacefulness completely. He experienced the peacefulness of a striver who struggles boldly with the impending hurdles and danger that comes in the path of his performing duty. Students, see the next paragraph, paragraph 9. Unexpectedly, my head popped out of the water. A few meters away, wave walker was near capsizing, her mast almost horizontal. Then a wave hurled her upright. My lifeline jerked taut. I grabbed the guard rails and sailed through the air into wave walker's main boom. Subsequent waves tossed me around the deck like a rag doll. My left ribs cracked, my mouth filled with blood and broken teeth. Somehow I found the wheel, lined up the stern for the next wave and hung on. Now see some words in the paragraph. Unexpectedly means we did not hope for it. Popped. Popped out means came out. Wave walker, do you know the name of the boat? Capsizing means making to sink it. And mast. Mast means the main pole of the ship on which the pawls are often hung. Hurled up, hurled her upright, threw her upright. Jerked. Jerk means moved. Taut, that is became tight. Grabbed, to clutch something very hard unknowingly. Subsequent, that is enough. Tossed means to make jump someone in air. Stern, again, that is the back part of the ship. I think remaining words you can understand. And now let's have its explanation. As the narrator's head had clashed into the ship's steering and had been drifted in the waves of death, making him sunk into the unconsciousness of mind, or sunk into the unconscious mind. He, that is the author, had lost the hope of life. Then some favorable event took place in that frightful water. Unexpectedly, his head came out of the water as he had been thrown in the sea by the strong gales. When his head came above the sea surface, the wave walker was being engulfed by the strong waves at the very little distance. The mast of the ship looked horizontal. Then an opposite strong wave came and made the ship straight. The lifeline rope tied with him got some jerk and became tight. The narrator caught the guard rails and was thrown through the air into the wave walker mainmast. Number of strong waves tossed him around the ship's deck like a rag doll. Thus, the narrator's bones and muscles got crushed due to several collisions around the deck. His left side chest ribs got cracked. His mouth was filled with blood and broken teeth. Anyhow, the narrator was able to find the wheel, that is the steering of the ship, and made up the stern of the boat in proper posture. Anyhow, and then waited for the next gale, having hung on the steering wheel. Students, some evaluation questions. Question of first: what was painful to the ears? Second, what did they do to slow down the boat speed? Third, what happened after the ominous silence in the weather? Next question, what did shake the deck? What was the result of frightful torrent of the sea? Next question, what happened unexpectedly to the drowning author? Was it in his favor? If how? Remaining paragraph we will see in next video. Students, I hope you are doing better. In the third paragraph, thanks, you will see again in the next video.